Morning everyone. My name is Alfia Dargakone Ihuna, and right now I will explain about the article. The title is Conserving African Edens, Clean Colonialism, Neoliberal Capitalism, and Sustainable Development in Congo Basin Literature by Kenneth Toahnas, published in the journal Humanities in 2023. This article examines the issues of eco-criticism and environmental conservation in Africa, particularly in the Congo Basin region, is often not natural and is linked to global power. Since the colonial era, Africa has been known as a region rich in natural resources such as forests, wildlife, and minerals. This wealth has made Africa a target for exploitation by colonial powers for the sake of global economic interest. Although formal colonialism has ended, this exploitation has not stopped but continue in a more subtle form through conservation and sustainable development programs. Conservation is often seen as a solution to the environmental crisis, but this article emphasizes that such practices often conceal the political and economic agendas of developed countries and international institutions. The main issue discussed in this article is how Africa is represented by the West as the last Eden on earth that must be protective, an image that appear positive but actually erases the existence and role of local communities. Nature conservation and all in Africa is often carried out by international NGOs and Western countries without involving local communities. So that local people are often marginalized, evicted from their uncared lands, and impoverished. Such as conservation practices not only have social impact but also reflect a new form of colonialism called green colonialism, which is the domination and control of nature and people through the discourses of environmental preservation. Discusses of environmental preservation. The research objective is the purpose of the study to critique conservation and sustainable development practices in Africa, which are often considered natural and beneficial. The author seeks to demonstrate that these practices actually perpetuate Western domination in new forms. Furthermore, this article aims to prove the Congo Basin literature incapable of of exposing ecological injustice and serving a tool for critiquing global political and economic power. The theoretical framework. This article uses a post-colonial eco-criticism and environmental humanities approach. This approach highlights the relationship between literature, the environment, and colonial heritage. Some of the some of the key concepts are green colonialism, which is modern colonialism to environmental issues, neoliberal capitalism, which views nature as an economic commodity, for this conservation, which is conservation to the explosion of local communities, and epistemicide, which is the eradication of local knowledge and wisdom. The literary static objects, the object of study in the research are four literature from the Congo-Basin region, namely Congo in coalition Buffon, Les Marchands to Development Durable by Estune Diga, Les Silence the Alford by Etienne Coyamit, and The Last Hope by Ekpe Inyang. This work chosen because they explicitly describe the conflict between conversation, global power, and the lives of local African communities. Uh, the analysis show that nature conversation is often used as a tool of control by outside parties. The main findings of this article show that nature conservation in Africa often does not function as a pure environmental protection effort, but rather as a tool of control by outside parties over territories and natural resources. The concept of sustainable development that is applied in paradoxical because it continues to rely on the exploitation of nature and people in the name sustainability. In practice, indigenous people of are seen as a threat to conservation rather than a guardians of nature, resulting in their roles and right being ignored. As a result, the local knowledge and wisdom that has long maintained environmental balance is being erased and replaced by Western model of conservation that are oriented towards economic interest and global power. The role of literature. In this article, literature is positioned as a means of resistance to narrative and symbolism. Literature gives voice to marginalized communities and criticize unfair conversation practices. Literature also often an alternative perspective on more equitable, sustainable relationship between humans and nature based on the local wisdom. Literature is as a medium for ecological criticism that is capable of exposing unfair conversation practices that are laden with power interests. Through narrative and representation environment, literary work gives voice to marginalized communities that are directly affected by conversation projects. In this edition, to shaping a critically, literary also often alternative in the form of local-based environment and locally based conservation models that emphasize ecological justice and harmonious relation between human and nature, where local communities are seen as an important of the ecosystem, not as a threat. This article said that nature conservation in African is never nature but always linked to power relationship and global economic interests. The concept of queen. The concept of queen colonialism is understood as a form of modern colonialism. These peers that operate colonialism that operates through the discourse of environment, preservation, and sustainable development. Therefore, the author assert that fair and sustainable conservation must originate from American communities themselves, respecting local wisdom and indigenous knowledge and rejecting the dominance of global capitalism that exploits nature and people in the name of sustainability. That's all, and thank you.